It is at 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. And it's allegedly, no, it is actually Tuesday, formerly known as Tightwad Tuesday, the 5th of August, AD 2025. D-Live suddenly signed me out, but that's okay. It's I'm back in. Hello to Kilo Alpha Tango, faithful viewer Beta Legs, Super Dave, Elijah, Misty. I don't know if Misty's around. What's up, Tim Jim, Cloud Bops, Walking Roscoe, Pinocchio's Helicopter, Jep, and the rest. Hello, everybody. It's gonna be a fun show, hopefully. Okay. All right. Here, let me do something different. We'll see if I can get stuff going over here. Is that okay with you? You can call in 1-888-775-3773 and let me not be remiss in my mention and my assertion that I disclaim and disavow everything that I say. Okay? And even if I said it wrong, I of course disavow the disavowal or disclaim the disavowal. But you don't know what I mean. I don't even know what I mean. It's not even me. I don't even represent myself. Jules Verne, Buddy 1205, nice to see you. Pastor Chatelain probably helped raid the stream over on pilled.net. You know what I mean? Jelly Bean. So take everything you hear with literally with a grain of salt. Just one of the greatest sins, JLP has said, is to forget to be aware. And you know it, I know it, the world knows it. Look at that beautiful bird. I didn't take that picture of that bird. We're going to get going here pretty soon. You can super chat, guys. TheHakeReport.com, buymeacoffee.com/TheHakeReport is one of the ways in which I like to receive and check for the super chats. Look, I'm walking in the water on a nice cloudy day, and the sun is shining through the clouds. You can get burned. Be careful, especially if you're white. You can get blacker if you're black or other POC type of person. No endorsement implied by anybody's appearance or mention, all right? So there's some men's history heroes. There have been some white history heroes that I don't necessarily endorse. I disclaim them. It's just that I don't know or care. Or, you know, people have their freedom of heroes or zeros. All right, so, and we welcome all viewpoints pretty much, you know, just to try to keep it kind of clean and tasteful. All right? But sometimes we slip up. So, anyway, guys, let's just get right on. Oh, yeah, I have no analog clock at which to look. So I don't have to spend a whole lot of time figuring out, what does that mean? The 1 means 5. Let's just get on with the show.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey, guys! So, how you guys doing? I am fine. And, Yeah, just wearing a nice Yellowstone shirt. Brown. I think brown looks good on me. I like it anyway. Um, so it's not a Hake shirt, all right? You know that. Ah, my goodness. My goodness. Happy Men's History Month. I really have a lot of appreciation for one particular man whom I would like to honor for you guys today. If we mosey on over to thehakereport.com and check out what I may have written down. I forget what it even was. Oh yeah, Scott Adams. Scott Adams was my men's history hero today. And it's terrible. I'm laughing because I've said, rest in peace, Scott Adams, and he's alive in the world. Terrible. Scott Adams. You guys may know Scott Adams, Dilbert creator, but he's even greater than the Dilbert creator. He is a wise and humble man. And he's appeared on The Fallen State with JLP. He has, let's see if I can make this bigger. Zoom in a little bit. He has, I wonder why it's so zoomed out. It's just normal. He has, what? He has been on the radio show, of course, and he's bald, and he has glasses, and he's white, and he's sensible. I don't even know if he's a Christian, but he has something to say, and I thought I would share it with you today. So let me refresh and hope that this is not going to blast your ears, but I think it ought to be okay. And then I'll unmute.
What if laziness is a habit of thinking about the cost of things or the effort instead of thinking about the payoff?
Did you catch that? So he's talking about laziness. You guys know any lazy people?
I'm going to say it again to get a few more heads to explode. What if laziness is nothing but a habit of thinking about the effort instead of thinking about the outcome? What if you could reverse laziness by simply developing a habit of thinking more about the, let's say, the delicious food that you would like to enjoy instead of how long it would take you to get up and go get it?
Hold on. It reminds me of a Bible verse. There's a Bible passage. Okay, I know that I'm interrupting it too much, maybe. But there's this Bible verse where a lazy man is so lazy that he cannot even bring the fork to his mouth. Something like that. Anyway, but the real what?
But the real question is, if you were to test this at home and try to see if you can think more about the good outcome and less about the work, would you get it done? Why is it that people have a second child? Why does a woman who goes through this awful, awful childbirth
Painful.
have a second child? Don't they always say the same thing? If I remembered how bad this was, I wouldn't do it again. Right? So the not thinking about the effort is vital to actually the survival of humanity. If we focused on how hard it was to have a baby, you just wouldn't do it, or you do too little of it. But if you focus on how awesome it would be to have a family, well, there you go. You're going to go through the pain because you've already committed.
They say that the anticipation of something is better than getting it. And probably the anticipation of something is oftentimes worse than getting it, too. Sort of. Yeah, in a way. Anyway.
Am I ambitious, or do I simply have a thinking habit which produces dopamine, because I'm thinking about the positive outcome? And is the dopamine the thing that gets me up and moving? And when you're observing me, you say, how the hell do you get so much done? And how do I do it? I think it's just this. I think it's just this.
Positive
when I think
thoughts.
of all the things I do,
He's pointing at positive thoughts on his whiteboard. Positive thoughts lead to dopamine, lead to action, he says. It works for him. I feel like Donald Trump is into that positive thinking stuff too.
think about them in
At least that's what he said that he was.
terms of their benefits. So here's your tip. It's going to change some of your lives. Think about the positive, not about the work, and see what that does to you.
Isn't that nice? So, little Scott Adams looking out for you guys because you guys getting trapped in your, oh Lord, the dread of cleaning my room or whatever. This guy explains why you always feel lazy and how to flip that in 2 minutes, says Avi. And so, and that's proof, by the way, that there's a whole lot of worldly successful people that are still stuck in their thoughts. They've just found a trick to get physical work done. So they're still maybe like stuck in their thoughts in the fallen state of mess. But still, it could be useful, and it's also like a point. It's an interesting point about the lies of the mind. What a mess, huh? Shout out Scott Adams, abased, still alive Scott Adams. And I say he's still alive because he said that he would probably be gone, out of this world dead by summer or this summer. And at least as far as I know, he's still okay. He has the same thing that they say Biden has, and maybe further along than Biden. I don't know. But he's found a way to, at least for the time being, to be alive still. Hormone blockers, actually, is what he said it was. That the cancer in him was feeding off of the hormones, like the testosterone. So it was low T, but hey, still alive. And also the pain went away from that, too. At least that's the last I heard a couple weeks back. So shout out to Scott Adams. That whiteboard, why self-help works. Happy Men's History Month. A men's history hero. Actually, a white history hero, too. And he's not even that into being white. He's just being. Nice. And I remember I retweeted and I told you guys about this interview that he did on the Fallen State, and he said, that's one of my favorite interviews recently. This was like at 2017. You can feel the calm energy of JLP being in the room with him. Is it love? Yes, it is, I think. Right on, Scott Adams. Salute to you. Isn't that nice? I think so. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, huh? Cool. I have other stuff to talk about, but I want to get to a call or two, guys. You guys are like, take a call. You're not my boss. You're not the boss of the world. But Jermaine in Canada is on the line over here. Jermaine, are you there?
Hey, Hake.
Hey.
Happy Men's History Month.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, it's here now. Oh, yeah, what is that I want to talk to you about again? Oh, you were mentioning Australia that they ban YouTube, I think, from
under 16-year-olds. Are you getting yelled at?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No.
Okay.
Yeah, it makes sense because there's some stuff on YouTube that I didn't even realize were on YouTube. I won't say what it is because kids watch the show.
Okay.
But it's crazy to see, man. I talked to Derek about it. It's like, what the?
Is it liberal? Yeah. Is it liberal nasty stuff, or is it just nasty stuff?
Oh, it's nasty stuff from females.
Oh.
It's crazy.
Okay. Well, I mean, because I know that that there is liberal LGBTIQ nasty stuff and other nasty stuff that YouTube actually supports, that so does Australia support and probably pushes on their children, right? But I had kind of my conspiracy theory about YouTube, because YouTube, to me, it just seems overall like harmless. I mean, I get that there's like rated R and rated PG-13 and and overall it's not like X-rated. And they also kind of sort of protect you from extremely explicit stuff. You have to sign in and say you're 18 or whatever. You have to be signed in to an account that says, okay, I don't mind seeing gore. So my conspiracy theory is that Australia just doesn't want the kids to turn based. You know, because there's some decent content on YouTube, like JLP show. The Hake report's all right, I guess, for the under 16-year-olds. American Anchor Baby's on there again, and Punchy TV and The Fallen State, and a host of whole other shows. Granted, there are some who are banned on YouTube, but there's some great stuff on YouTube that the kids could watch and be like, you know what, that makes total sense. That's obvious. And Australia wants to shield the children from the truth and only feed them lies. That's my conspiracy theory about Australia. I, of course, disclaim these comments, Australia. Don't sue me for defamation. What's up, Jermaine? What do you think?
If I know correctly, isn't Australia more like a liberal country?
Extremely. Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking that.
I don't know. I mean, there's two sides to the coin, right? It's if they're trying to ban it from kids under 16.
Yeah.
I don't know. It should be like the parents' responsibility.
Totally.
I mean, if you're not corrupt, you're not gonna go and look for corrupt stuff.
Yep.
Right? 'Cause the thing I was talking to you about, I'll just give you a little insight of what it is. It's like female, like, you know, they're dressing like these lingerie, but it's see-through.
Oh.
And they were cleaning their house in pervert position.
Yeah.
I was like,
wow. I'm surprised. You know what? I think that there is a movement. There's a movement that YouTube and these other platforms that are supposedly supposed to be not explicit like that is undermining their rules or squeezing through their rules by saying, "Look, I'm covered." So I don't know. Maybe just YouTube is not catching it in time or what. But normally that stuff is like you have to sign in for something explicit, and it's not even supposed to be that explicit, I think. Anyway,
yeah.
But yeah, they might be getting loosey-goosey and unchristian with their stuff. I
mean, Twitch does the same thing because they have these gamer girls. They always talk about them. That, I mean, they're probably not good at the game, but because they show off their body and cleavage,
right,
they get a lot of views.
Yeah,
and it ties into the recommendation of a video that I have for you guys for this. Well, I think it's for tomorrow.
Punchy TV
this girl. Yeah. She is. I think she got famous on Dr. Phil. Her name is Little Tay. So yesterday, I guess she turns 18, and she made a Only F. And 3 hours after, she made over $1 million in 3 hours.
Yeah.
She was thanking her fans for supporting her and pre-ordered the pre-order of requests that they sent her when she was 11. When she was 11. That's crazy.
Yeah. Man, that is a shame. You know, it's such a shame because there's all this reward for doing wrong, you know? Because I think we can call that wrong, right? There's all this ill-gotten gain and perverted motive motivating the boys and girls and males and females.
Have it or it's okay.
Terrible.
Yeah, and you know, females, they're like, oh, listen, don't sexualize us. Don't think of us just as our body. but yet they as they turn 18, well, it's not all females, not all, right? But most of them, given to a society, the dress code that most females are doing now,
Yeah.
they sexualize themselves. I mean,
Yep.
the males, it's kind of the male's fault, because if there wasn't a need, there wouldn't be a demand for it. But it's just funny to see, man.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Yep. That's the world loves its thrills and it's evil.
Yeah. But that was my thing. I thought you guys would probably react to that, because it's interesting, the comments that she was saying in the clip when she was thanking her fans for supporting her.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Cool.
right, Hank. You have a good show, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, bye. Cheers.
All right. Thank you for the well wishes. William III of California on the line over here. William, thanks for calling and holding, man. What is up?
My man.
Hey.
How you doing? I want to give my contribution to Men's History Month. And did you think we had successful White History Month? I thought it was pretty good, and everybody called in every day with very interesting people.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that it was pretty good as well. I enjoyed everyone's contributions overall. They were fun,
Yeah,
and
me
it
too.
sparked some good discussion about. There was some people who overreacted to some of the contributions and wanted to take them down. And,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, that's fine. That's
Yeah, of
fine.
course. Which, of
I
course,
didn't-
it adds.
I didn't know.
It adds to
Yeah, go
white
ahead.
history. It adds to it.
Yeah. And there was no intentions of offending anybody by bringing up Kurt Russell. There wasn't any malice, and no pun intended at all.
Nice.
But I want to give a contribution
Bill Russell,
to
maybe.
William F. Buckley Jr.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him. He was a White History Month contribution. Actually, I think I
Somebody
might have,
brought him up. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually,
Was it
the producer brought him up.
Was it William F. Buckley Sr. or Jr.?
Oh, Junior, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, the guy who made National Review, right? Yeah. Conservative guy, sort of. Some people call him like a neocon or neoconservative or something, I guess.
Yeah.
But he seemed, sort of sensible and stuff. I think he debated that one black gay radical activist, blanking on his name, but one time.
Farrakhan?
No, gay. Well, I don't.
Gay. Oh.
Yeah, James Baldwin or something like that.
Oh. Okay.
Baldwin.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Baldwin, the black radical.
And my second one is going to be Christopher Columbus.
Hey, I almost wore my Christopher Columbus is a hero shirt the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's a solid guy, Christopher Columbus. I misspelled it. I spelled it the Spanish way, almost Spanish way. And an Italian explorer who sailed for Spain? Is that what it was? Yeah, sailed under the Spanish flag.
So. Yeah.
Because he got money from the Spanish crown, which
Right.
is cool. Isn't that so? How white is that to work with other countries?
It's very white.
Yeah,
Very
and
white.
manly.
And colonize America, and
Yeah,
got to give credit where credit is due.
Big time.
I don't know. A lot of times people like to criticize colonizers, but it's just obvious that inventors and explorers they do things. to
That's
help
right.
Society, and I've actually being black. You know what? I've never heard of any black colonizing any other country.
Oh,
from Africa.
really? I mean, they do
Maybe
kind
they're
of,
still
they
not-
sort of come in and they
Like
they don't
today,
colonize, right? It's
maybe.
more like invade and war, huh?
Invasion, yeah.
Wow.
Maybe I don't know what that is. Maybe they don't know how to build boats. I don't know.
Or they don't know how to be peaceful people because colonizing
Yeah.
is much more peaceful and civilized than war. With
It is.
colonization, you work with them, you may push them out a bit,
Yeah.
and sometimes you have to wage a little war, but it's not so much conquest like what Israel's having to do to the Gaza Strip, I'm hearing.
And Israel didn't ask for it, you know. I don't have anything against the Jews.
Right.
I like
And
Israel. I've never.
I don't mind. Yeah. I don't really hold conquest against anybody necessarily. Yeah,
no.
it's just another way.
I mean, I support the Jewish people, but that's more of a religion. I like the state of Israel. I support them. I like them.
Yeah.
You know.
How about Bibi? Do you agree with me that Bibi is a men's history hero, or are you not sure about Bibi?
We're gonna get him in there.
Nice.
Yeah, he's been a stand-up. He's been trying to stand up for his country. He was attacked, and he's responding best he can. And he's, you know, I think they're coming down to some final stages, some plans or something. I don't want to get into that right now, but I'm going to get my last contribution is going to be Jacques Cousteau.
Oh, yeah, I recognize that name. Jacques.
The explorer.
Jacqueus. How do you spell Cousteau?
Cousteau. Oh, God. Is it with a Q? I don't know.
We'll find out. Jacques Cousteau. French naval officer.
Italy or France? France or Italy, right?
Jacques Cousteau, French. Naval officer, oceanographer, filmmaker. What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and conservationist.
Yep.
Renowned for pioneering work in underwater explanation and marine conservation advocacy.
Back in the old days with the TV networks, they put him on about at least 4 times a year.
Wow.
Every quarter TV season.
Wow.
They would bring in some fascinating things.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for the contributions.
You're welcome. And to the men, first to the men of Bond and the guys, and Rick and Mark and Big Bomb and Gregatron, you and Nick and Eric. You guys are great too.
Thank you.
You guys are great too. So you should be kind of like honorary on that list. But no further ado. Actually, Men's History Month, I have to throw Jesse Lee Peterson.
Good contribution, man.
That a good choice, man?
I think so. Yeah. Sometimes the most obvious one is right in front of your face.
That's right. And that's no disrespect to the ladies, and they were very, very nice during Men's History Month too.
Yeah.
There was a couple of nice ladies this morning on Jesse's show, Tamika and Mimi.
Yep.
I mean, you have
Tawana,
of course, Ivana, beautiful Ivana, beautiful Cesar, beautiful Sharia. You know, it's no disrespect to them, but they were so good too. Got to give it up to them too. You know.
Yeah.
I see you guys talked about this hair store thing in Houston. They slept overnight in that thing. They invaded that place. They had pepper spray, ambulance, police, fights. And then the owner jumped on top of a car and he was throwing wigs out to the crowd. You know, they looked like they were in South
Somebody
Africa.
brought that up, huh? Somebody brought that up on Cash App with a tip.
You should have seen them, man. You should have seen them. They had their hands all in the air. Me. And so they closed it down for 8 to 9 weeks. They had no permits. They didn't do it right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beauty store shut down. Wait, what was this? What happened?
Houston, Texas. He offered a free bundle of hair to, I think, first 100 customers, and then a bunch of blacks were camped out overnight. And when they woke up, it was like at least 2,000 people, maybe 3 out there. It was mayhem.
Very entertaining.
Look at you. Is that their hair? Yeah. The dead giveaway, James. Let me tell you what the dead giveaway. When they have that 5-inch headband going over their forehead to hide the tracks,
Uh-huh.
It's not theirs, man. It's not theirs, James.
Right. Okay.
You know? Hey, James, look, she came over this morning and dropped some food over, so I'm in the garage, and she comes to the laundry room, and she goes, "There's some blacks coming down the street." I said, "What? Negroes?" I said, "There's Negroes?" She said, "Yeah, 3 of them." I said, "Close the garage door." I shot to the hall. I ran down the hall, man, like 90-foot base runner, you know, and I had my tube socks on, and I slid. You remember Tom Cruise in Risky Business when he slid across the hardwoods? Dude, I slid about 10 feet, and I turned, and I said, "Be quiet." He looked out the window and everything. She said, "You think they're new neighbors?" I said, "I don't think so."
I hope not.
I don't know. I said, "I don't think those are mine." She says, "You got new neighbors." I said, "No, I don't think so." And then they passed the house and everything. You know, I was sneaking, looking at them and everything. And then she said, "Those are your new neighbors." I did like this. "No, wait a minute." She said, "What?"
Cancel those
tennis
words.
shoes. Wait a minute. I said, "Look, honey, look at those tennis shoes." She said, "What about them?" I said, "Those are Jordans." They got his and hers Jordans. You know, they're matching. She said, "So that's a dead giveaway that they're not your neighbors?" I said, "They're definitely like my neighbors. They're not my neighbors." Yeah, so I think I was fascinated. She says, "You know you're wrong. You act like you're going to the zoo." I said, "Nah, be quiet." I mean, you know,
Nice.
You have to observe them.
Observe and report.
Yeah, neighborhood watch. So I was fascinated. Negroes, really? But let's talk about. Jasmine Crockett is losing it. She may be kicked out and lose her seat. Now, see where all the Democrats for the congressional voting on the floor in Austin, Texas, they jetted out of there. Instead of having to vote, they just took their ball and ran home. How about that? Did you hear about that?
I heard about the are you talking about the redistricting thing that they don't want to participate in?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. My theory is that they're trying to address and undo a whole lot of pro-Democrat, pro-black, which is pro-evil, not good for the blacks, actually. Gerrymandering. They're trying to fix the gerrymandering. They're not gerrymandering. They're fixing it.
Right.
They're undoing the gerrymandering.
She stands a chance of losing her
so
seat.
because of that, Jasmine Crockett may not be.
Yeah.
Well, that would be nice.
Well, I kind of knew that it was kind of coming. Some kind of way they were going to get her.
Yeah,
and,
she doesn't belong in there. It's so ridiculous. And she didn't used to act so ghetto.
Yeah. She's a different person, say, 3 years ago before she came in. She was,
she acted like she was all proper. What a mess.
Yeah, and then, and she didn't buy as much hair to put in her head either. You know, she's over. You know how you be overdone. Yeah. You know, like you remember, like you used to see the 70s the way we dressed, and we had the big lapels and platform shoes, just totally overdone. Yeah. Where she's like that. She's kind of overdone and everything, but she's really, really pissed off.
Good.
To the highest. You know.
I mean, she always is. When is she not? You know what I mean? It's crazy.
A lot of times she doesn't even know what she's mad about. She doesn't know how to articulate anything. I don't know what she's supposed to be a lawyer. I've never seen a lawyer with such bad vocabulary and not know so much. Yeah. But she may be standing a chance of losing her seat. So then she might be losing out completely.
Well, I got to keep it moving, William. I appreciate you, man. You as well.
Happy Men's Month.
Thank you, sir. You too.
All right.
Thanks, as always, for the contributions, you people. So I do welcome you, even your trolling contributions, you man-haters. Any man-haters listen to Hake? I hope so, because we love the man-haters. We love the women who hate men and the males who hate men. Cesar or Cesar says, "Sup, Hake? Salute to that generous coffee giver." Yeah, salute. Very kind, and hello. Thank you, Cesar or Cesar, about the other generous coffee giver. It's me. 3 coffees from Cesar or Cesar, also quite generous. We got to make sure you're well taken care of. You know what I'm saying, man? David in Ocala impression, says Cesar. Shame on Tucker, he says. Everyone wants him to interview Nick Fuentes himself so he can get his side of the story, but I highly doubt that will happen. Well, let's just wait and see, you know? Don't be too quick to condemn. You know how you're talking with a woman, and a woman is just so charming and beautiful and convincing, and you're just such a sucker for her, as Tucker is a sucker for that gal. I'm kidding around, Tucker, if you're watching the Hake Report. I don't think you're that taken with her. And she's talking such trash against our future president, Nick J. Fuentes. And it's just such a shame. I agree with you, Cesar. I join you in shaming Tucker, calling him a weird something kid in his mother's basement. That's not right. He's not that weird. I find him quite normal. The only thing weird about him is his big genius hands and fingers. They're just such genius hands. I'm not used to seeing that. All right, anyway. Keeping it short since I'm all over the place today, don't forget to love your enemies, everyone, says Cesar or Cesar. Nice reminder. Right on. Thank you, Cesar or Cesar. And a popcorns, a thump keg. Coffee. Says, not to dwell too much on this. Too much. Just a couple of quick rebuttals for Mark. Then a question for you, Hake. And, nice. Popcorn. Sounds like Mark is saying, as long as you're criticizing liberal whites, blacks of any kind, dealer's choice, commies or race mixing, i.e. his gripes, in other words, I forget what the IE stands for, then it's okay to stay and complain. But outside of that, if you're going to complain, pack your bags and go. Got it. I prefer clarity over agreement, says Popcorn. I would also like to know what Mark did to build the country. Well, he doesn't like to brag or dox his contributions, and he doesn't have to. But anyway, you would like to know what Mark did to build the country, since he said we built this country. Reminds me how Jesse says we gave you a black president. When you go, wow, you voted for Obama? He goes, well, I didn't. So stop saying we. But JLP peaceably agreed to it when the people voted for their own destruction. So then you could say we gave it to you. I didn't vote for him, but we gave it to you. Because we gave you doesn't mean we voted for it. You know what I mean? Popcorn jelly bean? Butter popcorn flavored jelly beans. That's, I dare say, is better than moonshine from the late, great Popcorn. But this popcorn lives. Happy Men's History Month popcorn. So stop saying we when black people say when we were slaves. He's quick to go, oh, you were enslaved? Can't have it both ways, says Popcorn. Yes, you can, man. We can have it both ways. Just because you say we can't have it both ways doesn't mean we can't have it both ways. Anyway, Popcorn continues. Lastly, what are your thoughts on the GWH, Great White Hope? I love that he joins us in calling him what he is, our greatest president. Firing the BLS, Bureau of Labor Statistics chief woman, after releasing of the jobs report. The optics certainly look bad, says Popcorn, but I'm reserving weighing in until he or his team provide proof that their numbers were completely inaccurate and release what they believe are accurate job numbers. Math doesn't have an opinion, so this one should be cut and dry shortly. Thoughts? He asks. I don't agree with you on waiting and seeing for proof. On principle, it was a woman, and I showed the picture of that gal. I may have the pictures of her yet even right now. See if I can find her. Erica, right? This gal. But just on her looks. I mean, shout out to gals who look like this. I love the gals who look like this, but I don't want them in charge of my BLS. Look at this woman. Fire that woman. You know what I mean? Look at her. I mean, she just looks like, she just screams NPR to me or something like that. National Public Radio, this is hoity-toity fake, look, bipartisan. You know she's evil. Just based on the Hake principle of bipartisan means evil. So get rid of her based on that. So I love that he got rid of her. I don't even think it looks bad. I love that Trump is shameless in doing what's right, even if it looks bad. He wanted to go after Hillary in his first term, but they said, no, it looks bad, so we're stopping it. And he complied because he listens. He complied with the White House counsel at the time because he listens to people. Sometimes you listen to people and you don't do what you should or what, maybe it's just not the right time to do the right thing, you know? I don't know. So I really love that Trump is firing and firing and firing. I really, really love that. I've always had a strong, totally baseless, but I maintain it regardless. Take it with a grain of salt, conspiracy theory, if you will, or corrupt culture theory that anybody intellectual is blind to the simple brilliance of our greatest president, Trump. That's why a whole lot of smart Jewish people, even Jewish conservatives, did not support Trump. Many of them. Dennis Prager, one of my top favorite Jews. He's probably in my top 10 of all time. He was for anybody but Trump at one point. By the way, Dennis Prager is recovering after a fall. Like, he really messed up, I think, like his spine or something. But, going through it. A men's history hero, by the way. Haters, eat your heart out. But, so that's my theory, that they're just blind to his brilliance. You know, he's the light of the world. Like Jesus said to us, Popcorn, you are the light of the world, Popcorn. The salt of the earth. And Trump is salty. And he's light, the light of the world. A brother of Christ, Jesus, our Lord. I'm laughing because I'm sort of hamming it up, but it's real. And so these people are, numbers do lie. Math comes from opinions, okay? Because your math is a mess. Statistics. People with their statistics. You can lie with statistics. There's, as the great man, some man said, I forget who, there's lies, there's darn lies, and there's statistics. And so Bureau of Labor statistics, like everything about those three words is evil. Bureau, bureaucracy, get it out of here. Labor, that's not to do with actual manual labor, just communism, fake principles. Also evil. And statistics. Get out of here with that mess. Abolish the whole bureau. Anyway, I'm hamming it up too much. Thank you, Popcorn. I love it. There are people who do pay attention to the details that you may be interested in. And so maybe I'll hear from Base America First or Ego is Still Real or somebody, because they have, over the years, told me about how they sort of cook the books or massage the numbers or give out nicer numbers and then downgrade them into not being so nice, especially for Democrats, seemingly, perhaps, I don't know. And my conspiracy theory or corrupt culture theory is that they sandbag the Republicans because government employees of every major bureau are liberal. Like 90, to the tune of like 95, 98, 90, high 80s% of the donations go to those people. Whew. Cesar, thank you. So what was your little challenge to Mark? You pick and choose, basically, about who should go. But what Mark described is more like the Founders America. And it's stuff that you guys want to change. And I'm not really into the you should go, no, you should go type of mess. Terri bought a coffee. Thank you. I was going to call in and complain about you saying Oasis aren't Britpop, but I ended up watching a small clip of Noel or Noel Gallagher saying they aren't Britpop, they're just a rock band. I think they are both. Yeah, it is definitely pop-y. Pop rock. The era they came up in, and the quality of the music fits the Britpop era, says Terri. Sound and aesthetic, but I get it wasn't anything they were consciously trying to be a part of. She ends her sentence with the preposition. Right? But the same could be said of most of the defining bands of the Britpop era. Thanks, Hake. Thanks, hands emoji. Well, thank you, Terri, for the coffee and for the clarification. I don't even know what Britpop is. Let's find out. 90s British alternative rock movement. Oh, really? That emphasized catchy, upbeat melodies and themes of British culture and daily life, a reaction against the dominant grunge scene, and drew inspiration from British invasion bands, glam rock, punk rock. Key bands include Oasis, Blur, Girls and Like Boys, and so obnoxious. Pulp, Suede, but also catchy. Often referred to as the Big Four. Oh, wow. It's kind of like the Four Kings of Cantopop. This video explains the origin. Nice. Why do they have my obvious globe meme? Interesting. So, fake news Google AI, just like fake news Terri. Kidding around, Terri, of course. I don't know anything about music. I only listen to Christian music. But I do remember them because they were like high school, and after college, I listened to them more a bit. Thank you. All right, there's one line open, guys. I have to get to Mark from Los Angeles. He was mentioned by Popcorn. But they have an ongoing feud. They both think each other are stupid. What's up, Mark in LA? Happy Men's History Month.
Happy Men's History Month. I got an inductee for Men's History Month. That would be D.W. Griffith, who actually was one of the first pioneers in motion pictures. He did Birth of a Nation. Good white man.
Wow.
D.W. Griffith. Okay. William III brought up William F. Buckley, that National Review. Shout out to William. Shout out to William. I just wanted to say that Commander Rockwell worked at National Review for William F. Buckley.
Really?
Buckley fired. Yeah, and that was back in the 50s. And Buckley fired Rockwell. But in his book, Rockwell said that Buckley agreed with him on the Jewish question. He just couldn't say it publicly.
Oh.
And that's why he fired Rockwell.
Yeah. So it was for optics or appearances or whatever. It just didn't look good. Not Norman
right.
Rockwell, but
George Lincoln.
George Lincoln Rockwell.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. I wasn't aware of that. Reminds me of Nick Fuentes he worked for one of these normie organizations that was a pro-Trump news outlet or something, like Right Side Broadcasting Network or something like that. And then Nick Fuentes got fired or canceled, or I don't know what happened. But anyway, it reminds me of the same situation.
Sure. When Rockwell was fired from Buckley, that was around 1956 or something. He started his own political group. But speaking of Nick Fuentes, It seems like one of your people in the chat, one of your regulars, sort of has a crush on Nick. This Lord of the Pigs guy, he's writing nice things about Nick. I think he's got a crush on him.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, I venture away. My second point. I mentioned a woman last month for White History Month, Kathy Ainsworth. She was murdered by the FBI in 1968. She was basically Well, no, I think they admitted to it.
Oh, okay.
They didn't call it murder.
I mean, I'm
though,
just
but I
not.
don't know.
I'm just not aware, so I'm disclaiming it. But
Oh, sure.
and I don't want to. Far be it from me to smear the FBI unjustly. Not that you would, at least not intentionally, but it could be
Right.
like a controversial claim that you make. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, that's what I read, but
Martyred
I
woman.
just wanted
Yeah,
to put. I just wanted to put. I wanted to say that Kathy Ainsworth was basically the Ashley Babbitt
Wow.
of the 1960s. At least Ashley Babbitt's family got paid off
Okay.
for that unjustly murder, but they didn't go after the black DEI cop that murdered her. He's still walking around.
Yeah,
What a
and he was like,
promotion.
seemed incompetent. He seemed like
He
he was
was. He lied.
a very sloppy guy who like left a. Didn't he leave a gun
Yep.
in the bathroom according to some report
Yep.
that I saw from like Tucker back in the day.
Yeah, he did. But because he's black, they let that pass and gave him a promotion when he murdered Babbitt. And I'll tell you one clown politician that had a lot to do with that black cop getting off was Lindsey Graham.
Wow.
Lindsey Graham, at the time of J6, was telling the cops, kill those Trump supporters. Kill those Trump supporters.
Ooh.
That's what Lindsey Graham was saying.
I don't
He's a
know if that's
low-life
true or
snake.
not. Where'd you hear that?
On Tucker Carlson.
Oh,
Tucker
okay, I don't know.
Carlson exposed Lindsey Graham for the phony that he is. He hated Trump, Lindsey Graham did.
What a
Look at
shame.
2016 when he ran for President Graham. He was against the wall. He said it alienated Hispanic voters. Anybody with that mindset doesn't belong in the Republican Party or in American politics. When you put foreigners over American-born citizens, and that's Lindsey Graham. And those J6 protesters were protesting what they felt was a rigged election. And that cop that
Right.
killed Michael Byrd, that killed Ashley Babbitt, should be on death row. Now, the other thing, the last point I have.
Okay,
here,
go ahead. Yeah.
I was just going to say that I just read before getting on the show that a criminal complaint has been filed against Christopher Wray, the slug that headed the FBI, the phony, self-hating white man, Christopher Wray. These criminal charges filed against him were for his handling of the Chinese false ID scandal of the 2020 election. Apparently, the red Chinese were printing false IDs for their fellow criminals in this country to vote. And Wray said it wasn't true. It was over-exaggerated. Well, apparently he lied. And then they're also going to hopefully get that demon on his attack on Catholics. At the FBI in their Virginia field office, Richmond, Virginia, they targeted the Catholic Church because they were pro-life and in many cases were racist, which is a good thing, not a bad thing. That's a good thing. When people call me a racist, I just say, oh, you're just now realizing that? I mean, come on. I'm not going to be paralyzed by that word.
And what does
The
racism
Negroes
mean
don't
to
need-
you? What does that mean to be racist?
To be proud of your race and wanting to preserve it. Not the, terms that they put on it. Well, that you're a hate monger, you're evil, and everything else. That may be the Wikipedia definition, but
Right.
my definition, the true definition, is a proud white man or black man or whatever who wants to preserve their race.
Yeah.
And, that's about it. And that's all I have to say on that. But
Okay.
again, there have been
I asked that.
criminal-
Let me interrupt. The reason I asked that is because somebody who's talked with you before said that you admitted to being evil. I'm like, what? No. And then he
Yeah.
said you admitted
Which
to being
fool was
racist.
that now?
And racism doesn't
Yeah, I
mean
am a
evil.
racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, who was that?
I think it was Ronnie.
Oh,
Unless I'm
well,
misunderstanding what he, or misremembering, or misrepresenting what he was saying, but I think that he said
I would
something
never
like
say that. I'm going to call myself evil. That how stupid that sounds.
that. Yeah.
Now I am a racist, and maybe Ronnie's version of a racist is to be evil.
Yeah.
But he should look in the mirror on that one.
Yeah.
I used to think Ronnie had some sense, but the more I hear from him and about him, I'm losing faith, man.
Well,
Losing
people are.
faith.
people are generally hit and miss. So I think it's best to withhold judgment and just take them as they come.
Right.
Yeah.
But don't allow the enemy to define your words.
Yeah.
That's one of the ways they win. And one other thing I wanted to say real quick in regards to the judiciary in this country. I may have mentioned it before, but they have this man on one of my news channels that I watch. He's a Venezuelan national, but he's in the U.S. legally studying. And he said the way communism came to Venezuela was through the judiciary. It wasn't through political means.
Yeah.
You know, they did it through crooked judges, and they're doing it in Brazil. Many, many times it's been said that the new way of the left is to use the court system, because these judges are unelected, they're unanswerable to the people, and that's their easiest way to win.
Yeah, that's so true, man. By hook or by crook, they're ushering in their communism.
Yeah, and they have, believe it or not, even in your chat, you got a couple of misguided morons
who
write things that are just evil, like Lincoln Lewis. He says I called myself evil. No, I called you evil, Lady Lewis, you fool. And
hey, man, it's
Lord of the Pigs, another pig. But that's all I got for today.
Thank you, sir.
These guys have nothing. Thank you, Hake, and God bless.
You as well, sir. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye. A couple of super chats. I saw a few come in over here, guys. Over on Facebook, the great David says there's a lot of bipartisan, meaning evil, support for Israel. Just saying. Indeed, I don't support Israel the way that these bipartisans support Israel. I support Israel the way Trump supports Israel, righteously and in a manly, think for yourself type of way, the way God intended. So, I hope. And also, I suspect you might be idolizing Trump, says David. You think? But you, David, are the light of the world. Jesus said it. Because I called Trump the light of the world. I'm not sure if that's why he thinks that I'm idolizing Trump, or if it's all the other praise I heap upon him. Another another men's history man. Our greatest president, Donald J. Trump. What a hero. Anyway, thank you, David, over there on Facebook. And there's a few more. On Rumble, Age of Inversion says, you're going to cover Trump withholding FEMA disaster relief funds from states who don't do business with Israeli companies. Real America First policy right there. It sounds like you might be being sarcastic, Age of Inversion. That doesn't sound like you really believe that that's America First. Interesting. The boycott, divestment, and sanctions type stuff. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you're one of those boycott, divestment, sanctions liberals, and I do mean liberals as communists, then you're not a friend of America either. Now, if you're an Israel critic and you're pro-America, you're just caught up in, you're just getting smeared along with those other people who are just full-blown evil. And so don't take it personally, and don't worry. It is America First to withhold funds from those corrupt, messed up states. I bet, what are those states? Are the states, I wonder if those states overlap with the states to which those Texas Democrats fled to hide from the righteous redistricting that they're doing over in Texas. I know nothing about the redistricting or how righteous it is. But in my imagination, I imagine that it may be correcting a gerrymandering. But do those anti-Israel states include, like, are there any? Let's see. But do they include, I don't really have time to look into it. Do they include Illinois? Do they include evil Massachusetts? Do they include evil New York? I want to know. But not that badly do I want to know. By the way, Mark and Robert need to leave the YouTube chat and come over to the Octagon already. What are you guys doing there? Asks Age of Inversion. Yeah, come over to the Rumble crew. The faithful few. Oh, I forgot to ask Mark about his reaction to Lin Yan Chin's super chat about understanding that Congo is in their DNA. I think he knows that. Can only calm down via routine meditation so that we can mitigate much of our savage nature, says Lin Yan Chin. I think that applies to practically everybody. But I suppose in particular you guys need it. You shout out blacks. Nice. Believe it or not, lots of good people live in those evil states. That's a fact. Coped it away. Yeah, you better learn to cope if you're gonna live. You better learn to cope. Yeah, that's fair. It's a shame. I don't know. It's just talk, man. I don't know. Has Trump actually withheld FEMA funds? I mean, I think that has he actually withheld it, or has he just talked about it and kind of threatened? And I don't know, man. Whatever. Basically, it's kind of like I don't know and I don't care. But thank you for the little news tip, if it's true. Interesting if true. All right. All right. David, over on the buymeacoffee.com/The Hake Report. The Supers, FB, Rumble, Trump, Israel, FEMA. And then, so coffees. One from David asks, hey man, would you debate Nick Fuentes on Israel and the Gaza genocide? If I have the opportunity to do that, sure, I guess. What's to debate? Either you support what they're doing or don't know, or you don't really care, or you, whatever, you want to call it a genocide or you don't want to call it a genocide. Nick knows way more than me, so it would be, but it would be interesting. I think he might agree. I think he might appreciate my, my stance. Genocide is a drama liberal word. It's a woman word. Genocide. And, okay, so interesting, mice. Jermaine bought a coffee BQ. Response to JLP's BQ, I guess. There are intelligent people, not necessarily a response. There are intelligent people who have been brainwashed into identifying with the ego, the false self, but in reality, there is no me to be smarter than anyone, and no one to be smarter than me, quote unquote. We don't even live our own lives. Yeah, when it's a biblical question, I would say probably he's not talking about, can you do math better? Or can you see patterns more quickly than others? Or that others cannot even see ever? No, I think that he's referring to spiritual smartness. Just a hint. Because normally his biblical questions have to do with the spiritual stuff, you know, okay? And so, nice. Thank you, Jermaine. I think that you answered with a spiritual mindset, which is fair. Although you didn't really answer, which is good because you shouldn't answer it on the Hake Report. Very nice. Okay, so Age of Inversion says that Trump threatened it. Nice. You know, Trump is a deal maker, and he nothing is off the table for him. Machine gun turrets, a moat with an alligator at the border. I heard that was suggested by some haters who leaked supposed conversations. So I don't know if he even suggested that, but he's an outside-the-box thinker, stuff that you wouldn't even allow yourself to think, but he thinks it. and he suggests it and sees if it's a good idea or not. And don't you love that about him? It's just shameless discrimination, which is good. We need to bring that back. I say. Okay, so nice Fuentes. I really appreciate him. And also, what else? Intelligence. And BQ. Ego. BQ. Trump. Trump threats. I'm rubbing my hands furiously like my heroes over there in Israel who are rubbing their hands about taking over. I'm kidding around a little bit. Here, listen to this. Conquest. Israel-Hamas war. With negotiations on a hostage and ceasefire deal in Gaza appearing to be at an impasse, Israeli Prime Minister-based Benjamin Bibi Netanyahu reportedly leaning towards expanding military operations. Now, Trump probably doesn't like this. Okay, so I'm on both sides. I'm pro-Bibi, but I'm really pro-Trump. Reportedly leaning towards expanding military operations. They're claiming that Netanyahu will urge a meeting of Security Cabinet today, if he hasn't already, to support the full, quote, conquest of the Strip. I like the term the Strip because it reminds me of like the Vegas Strip, but it's not, huh? It's the Gaza Strip, and it's much bigger than the Vegas one, and it's much more dingy and crowded and full of undesirables. Sorry, but they know that they're undesirables. I like undesirables. I stand with undesirables in line to get on out of there because Israel's taking over, looks like. But maybe they won't be able to do it, but maybe they will. And that's according to reports in Israeli media described as accurate by a source familiar with the matter. Israel's Ynet cited senior officials close to Bibi Netanyahu as saying the die is cast, we're going for full conquest. Now, this could totally be fake news, just to like rile people against Bibi, because people get riled at the notion of conquest. But let's come back to the Middle Ages or whatever, you know? Whites were doing conquest. Now it's the Jews' turn. If the chief of staff doesn't agree, he should resign. Source told Commie Nonsense, this is all based on sources, okay? That the defense established opposes an expansion of ground operations in areas where the hostages are believed to be held, as it would risk putting them in harm's way. So, my point in bringing that up was that there's all this crying and complaining because Bernie Sanders, you know, the phony, huge phony. People pretend like, oh, he's so real. He's honest about what he's about. No, he's not. And then I'll get to your calls. He's a phony politician, and I'll prove it to you. Bernie Sanders. And I'm going to try to unmute it quickly. Come on.
Gaza genocide.
Okay, at least I have... Here. Just being a boomer. Here's Bernie Sanders on Commie Nonsense Network itself with that gal whom some of you called her old and unattractive. I think she's... Anyway.
At the point yet where you would call what's happening in Gaza a genocide?
Oh, yeah, this is not the old one.
Whatever word you want.
This is Caitlin Collins? Kaitlan. What a name, huh? Interesting spelling of your name there, Caitlin Collins. She's the one who's like mildly attractive, almost probably very striking and pretty in person. But something about her is like over-defined and almost mannish. Anyway, here is Bernie Sanders. I cranked the volume a touch. Would you describe what's happening at genocide?
The point yet where you would call what's happening in Gaza a genocide?
You can use whatever word you want.
But Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying that she's
that's
the
good
first
for
Republican
Marjorie
to go there.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Look, genocide is a legal term. What is going on now, clearly, is absolutely horrific. 60,000 people dead and 140,000 who have been wounded. But the important point is not what you call it. It is horror. And I think the whole world knows that. The answer is, what the hell do we do about it? Should the United States taxpayer, should your taxpayer dollars go to support a government that is doing it? That is the most important issue. So immediately, you got to get ceasefire, you got to get humanitarian aid in, but the United States cannot continue to aid and abet the Netanyahu government doing what it's doing.
Do you want to see
Isn't that interesting? It's Bibi hate. Don't fall for the anti-Bibi hate.
United States personnel on the ground helping distribute aid? I mean, what is another scenario here, do you think?
The United Nations has done, under very difficult circumstances, a good job until they were kicked out by Netanyahu.
Base.
So I would like to bring them back, and I think they're prepared.
Base Bibi kicking out the evil UN.
Prepared to come back.
Get the what to come back?
So I would like to bring them back, and I think they're prepared to come back.
Prepared to come back. That guy, phony Bibi Netanyahu. You can call it what you want. He doesn't want to call it a genocide because he says it's a legal term. He's hiding behind politics, calling it legal. Hiding behind legal, but it's really politics that he's about because he doesn't want to call it a genocide. Everybody's like, call it a genocide. Because if you call it a genocide, this is so soft and lame.
Are you at the point yet where you would call what's happening in Gaza a genocide?
You can use whatever word you want.
But Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying that. She's the
That's
first
good for
Republican
Marjorie
who got...
Good for Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG. Yeah, some woman's calling it. I'm calling her. I almost slipped and called her a liberal. She's a liberal, basically. Marjorie Greene. Wasn't she complaining about sexism or something in the Republican Party? Darn right, we're for what's true and right. You and your divorced self, MTG. Because she's divorced now. In the midst of being in office, I think she got divorced. And she has, like, that husband and these children. What a mess. And she's the queen, Marjorie Greene. I like her. She likes Trump, sort of. But she's calling genocide.
Yeah,
go there.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Look, genocide is a legal term. What is going on now, clearly, is absolutely horrific. 60,000 people dead and 140,000.
So this is a whole lot of words that just doesn't hit as hard. The reason they want it to be a genocide is so that they can like arrest Bibi and stop Israel more forcefully or something in their minds. They think. It seems like it. At least that's my impression. Why they want to call it a genocide, because it's a word that people stand up, look around. What? We got to stop this. Whereas if you just call it, oh, Israel's whooping them and it's rough over there and it's war and war is hell, everybody just sits around and whatever. I think Trump much more sensibly. I saw a clip of Trump on Sunday. This was like last week, I think. Trump on Sunday is like, oh, I think those children are starving. That's not good. We got to send aid over there. We sent some, so you got some food over there for the kids starving. Isn't that nice? And by the way, Bernie is Jewish and liberal, I think, right? And not Christian. Some speculate that he's atheist. I don't think he's admitted to anything clear. I don't think he's admitted to being atheist. He's a socialist, though. That's atheism, basically, right? So he doesn't admit to genocide or not genocide. And he doesn't admit to atheism or not atheism. He's an unclear person, a phony. So that's that. Here's somebody who's just a mess. Real fast, I got to show you guys this Spaniard who's actually Jewish from The Princess Bride. You guys remember him? And he was also Saul Berenson from that Homeland movie that mocked Alex Jones and has a female heroine gal. Heroine is female for hero, right? Here's this guy. Hold on. Have you guys seen this? Probably not. This is from the New York Slimes. Boring. But Let me crank it down. And then I'll get to your calls. For real. Let's see how loud this blasts you.
And I ask you Jews everywhere all over the world to spend some time alone and think, is this acceptable and sustainable? How could it be done to you and your ancestors? And you turn around and you do it to someone else. 10, 15
So
years ago,
that's
I was in
Jewish actor Mandy Patinkin, who played the part of Inigo Montoya. Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. That's that Christian-friendly movie. All the Christians like it. In the movie The Princess Bride, it doesn't sound like a manly, tough, cool movie, but it's a fun movie because it's actually, I don't know, children's-friendly, clean, and it has sword fights, and unfortunately it has revenge, which my mother told us that's not good. That's one thing she didn't like about that movie, revenge. And this guy's the vengeful person. And it turns out he's Jewish. I didn't know that. I thought he was just a Spaniard. And now he's older and fatter and blatantly emotional, hamming it up with a drama. Still acting, I guess. You turn around and you do it to somebody else. I think he's referring to the Holocaust, where Jews were, they call it genocided, right? That's that spark word, spark emotions word, as an important message for all Jews returning regarding Gaza. Listen, nothing more important can be said. Says Abbas, this is from Substack, all right? Abdul Malik. That sounds kind of like a Muslim name, and he's all excited because some Jew is for what he's talking about. Typical. And so here is this guy saying, I was in Philadelphia. This Mandy, it's a man named Mandy, okay? M-A-N-D-Y. Patinkin. Never knew his name. So here's his drama, a little bit of a longer clip from that little preview that you just saw. Check it out.
Philadelphia. And then I go up to the hotel room. Catherine was in the hotel room.
Whoever that is.
And the movie was on. She was watching The Princess Bride. And just as I walked in the room is that final scene in the movie where Inigo is sitting by the window with the man in black. And the man in black asks Inigo, would he like to be the next Dread Pirate Roberts? And the Inigo Montoya actor, who was me, said these words,
Character.
which I did not really know what they meant, that William Goldman wrote, which I think are the singular greatest words I've ever read. You know, I have been in the revenge business so long. Now that it's over, I do not know what to do with the rest of my life.
I have been in the revenge business so long. Now that it's over, I don't know what to do with the rest of my life.
And to watch what is happening for the Jewish people, to allow this to happen to children and civilians of all ages in Gaza, for whatever reason, is unconscionable and unthinkable. And I ask you Jews everywhere all over the world to spend some time alone and think, is this acceptable and sustainable? How could it be done to you and your ancestors? And you turn around and you do it to someone else.
The New York Slimes. I guess that was in a New York Times, right? Interview, the clip from an interview that this Abbas Abdul Malik on Substack. Oh, Lord. I'm on Substack along with all these liberals, commies, self-absorbed writer people. I use Substack to publish my podcast. It's cool. Nice. And you know what's funny? Yeah, look at this woman. Look at this nitpicker woman. This Jewish guy, actor, pretends like he's all, I mean, I'm saying pretends, but acts like he's all emotional and cares about how the Jews are doing wrong to Israel is doing wrong to the Palestinians in Gaza. And this woman, quoted by Abbas Abdul Malik, says the actor's tears were over Jews in the West looking bad as a result of Israel's open celebration of and commission of genocide. Oh, what? Hopefully this comes back on. Nice. And not because this is the supreme crime of murdering tens of thousands of innocents or because destroying hundreds of thousands of precious lives is turning the world upside down. This is about the unleashing of an insatiable satanic monster who would just as easily kill us or our children if we... Also, Amalek. Amalek is like a cousin to the Jews. I learned that because Kevin Howell was telling me about that in Anchor Baby's chat yesterday. The Jewish, the IDF people were all celebrating that they were finishing off Amalek. But it's their cousin. There's like Edomites or something like that. I don't know. Like the tender neonates, what? Abandoned at gunpoint in the Gazan hospitals as obstacles to the goals of the greater Israel. This actor deftly cries on cue because televised mass murder of starving prisoners in IDF-controlled concentration camp reflects poorly on the image of decent Jews in U.S. and Israel. Decent like himself, a supporter of oh so many liberal causes. Blah, 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 blah. And this woman is basically seeing through his phoniness, right? So she thinks. But she's not seeing her own phoniness. Like she's any better. Give me a break, woman. I mean, I'm assuming that's a woman, right? Robin? Maybe I shouldn't assume, because there's a Robin Williams. There was one. So maybe Robin is a man. Mandy's a man, so male. But anyway, I found it interesting that people see your somberness and your crying as phony and self-centered. You know what I mean? Jelly bean? Yes, I do, tennis shoe. Just self-absorbed. And this woman, too, is self-absorbed. She's all identifying with being Amalek. And he's identifying with being Jewish. And they're both phony.
And I ask you Jews everywhere, all...
Whatever. I just found that interesting. Nitpicking. No graciousness for your fellow man. So you wasted your phony emotions crying and lying, Mandy. They still don't accept it. They don't love you, and you don't really love them. What a mess. Hake taking biblical lessons from Kevin, the smart one, Hake, says AG. Haters. How can you be such haters? A mess. Okay, so that's a little lesson for you guys. Cut the drama. Okay, so what have we done? Bernie won't call it genocide. G-side. Mandy, mad. And they're still not happy. Mandy, what's his name? Anyway, I don't know. There is one line open, 1-888-775-3773. I got to get to my favorite caller from the sundown town of Dayton, Ohio, Maze. How you doing, Maze? What's up?
James, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh, I have a question. When you hear Justice say the white man should tell the black people what to do, what does he mean by that?
That white people should, I don't remember him saying that, but white people should let blacks know what's up.
He said you should tell them to speak up.
What?
He said white people should speak up, speak out about what? Because I'm trying to figure that one out.
How come you're talking under your breath? You sound different.
I'm talking under my breath.
Okay, so anyway, let me answer. Speak up about what? Speak up about whatever's going on in the moment.
Or what is going on in the moment. So, and then I listened to your White History Month. I was on the Indian reservation at the time.
Nice.
Laughing. Me and my Indian friends and stuff. No, Native Americans.
American Indians.
Native Americans.
I'm Native American.
Well,
aren't you Native American?
I don't know.
Were you born here?
What?
Were you born here?
Yes, I was.
Were you born to American parents?
I guess I was.
Are you American?
Yes, I am.
Then you're Native American.
No, I'm telling Native Americans. That
No,
was here before.
American
before y'all
Indians.
came and took over their land.
No, we didn't. It wasn't their land.
It was
It was
whose
God's
land.
land.
It was here for everything is God's. That's what you
That's
call
right.
it.
So why are you calling it theirs?
Everything is God's land.
That's
And
right.
Everything is God's. That's what you Caucasians.
How
used
you
to
doing, Maze?
What?
How you doing?
I'm doing just marvelous. Just like I said, I was on the reservation enjoying myself.
Good.
Like, you know, like then at night you look at the moon give you light.
So the whites are Native Americans, white Native Americans.
You're not Native nothing.
Yes, we are Native to America.
That's in your mind.
Nuh-uh,
You want to hide your history.
if we were born here, we're Native here.
I'm going to tell you, when Jesse said with the verse that he said, that they didn't tell us what to do. No, we don't want to be like you. No way in the world we want to be like you.
Sure you do.
No, we don't.
Uh-huh. You
And I'd
can't
be
help
glad-
it.
I'd be glad when AI come up with something to cure the disease that you have.
What disease do we have that you don't have?
Like when you hear Mark talking about Ashley Babbitt, if that had been a black woman doing that, he would have thought it was a great thing.
Not necessarily. If it was a black woman supporting Trump, he would
And
not
then
be
you're-
for it.
And then your honorary black man that always pretend he's black, trying to convince people.
Are
that
you
he's
pretending you don't have a double standard like Mark supposedly has?
Black. I don't have a double standard.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't have hatred in my heart.
How do you know?
And then you say the sundown towns, they're getting ready to build more because we already have the sundown towns. Well, who's not supposed to be in there if you don't look like the people in the sundown town?
You shouldn't be black
Already
and
have-
out at night. It's not good news usually.
But that means they don't let people that don't look like them live there. And then the guy that was on Jesse's show this morning,
Uh-huh.
the guy that was on Jesse's guest this morning,
Yeah, Return to the Land. Eric
He's begging.
Orwell.
he
Orwell.
wants $5.
he's
Tell Mark
what?
Tell Mark I paid $25 for Mark, William,
What did you say about him?
you, for them to go and live with him.
No, I don't want to go live with him. I like it where I am.
Oh, you do?
I'll go visit on the weekends sometimes.
Mark's not happy. He wants an all-white town. Ask him to, since he always want to go back to the 40s and all back there, tell him, ask him about all of the towns that got burnt down that was already black towns, and they never reimbursed them
Yeah,
from getting burnt down.
they don't need to reimburse them
Why shouldn't they?
because it was mutual combat much
no,
of the
no,
time.
mutual not.
Yeah.
So he
No,
don't
it
know
was
his-
mutual.
You listen to him. We know you don't know your
Are you
history 'cause
pretending
you
that
feel
blacks weren't fighting the whites with the whites?
No.
You're not pretending that. Okay, good.
So you need to know your history, and then your White History Month, only 3 people gave you some history.
No, I gave history.
It did not look like you that gave you the
Derek,
history.
the
One from
producer,
Canada-
gave history.
No, that
There was
wasn't
more
his-
than 3 people, and 3
You figure
people
that
is
Mark-
plenty.
When you asked what Mark ever did, he hung with the Klans people because all the people that he was talking about and discussing were Klan.
A lot of them were.
You
yeah.
got Williams shouting out to him. He's the Klan too.
And what is the Klan? What does that mean? What's wrong
they
with it?
members of
What's
the
wrong
Klan.
with it?
They want to destroy things. I don't want to be like that. And I
They
don't
want to
have it.
destroy things?
Yes, they did destroy stuff. That's what he do to
Some
himself.
did. Did anybody that he named destroy stuff?
Yes.
Some of them were accused of it. Some of them were convicted of it. Did that
You always
mean they're
accuse-
guilty? I don't know.
You never going. That's just what I'm saying. Just like January 6th.
That's why I
Most
disclaimed.
people had no reason to be up there trying to tear that place up the way they did. But you take it as an armor as they did something good.
No, I don't. That's a false.
Yes, you do.
You're falsely accusing me, Maze. That's not
And
right.
they should be in jail. But your president,
No, they shouldn't necessarily be in jail.
Oh,
There's a
yeah.
lot of people who were totally peaceful, who were there and went to
one that
jail.
was peaceful, the peaceful ones on the outside, not on the inside.
There were peaceful ones on the inside too.
Always peaceful, as you say.
Many
As I
of
say,
them
God,
were quite peaceful.
As I say, God rules everything. And for whatever you did wrong to somebody in this world, regardless of what color you are,
Uh-huh.
you're gonna pay for it. Like Mark. He sounded like he was at one. He was a head Klansman on one of the boards or something to listen to him doing his history month. And I tell you, I don't celebrate nothing but birthdays.
Why
So,
not? Were you always this way?
How long have I been there since I've been talking to you?
No, were you this way as a child?
Maybe I was.
That's not an answer.
You don't, and we don't have to follow what you all want to do
I
because
don't-
we're not like you all, and we don't want to be you.
You are just like me.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, huh?
You're a man and I'm a woman, so if
I
unless
know,
you
but
think
other than that, you're just like me.
what's gonna make us think?
You got the same issues though that Mark has.
No, I don't.
Yes,
I don't have
huh?
the same issues Mark has because I know how to tolerate. I know how to be around people and enjoy them.
So
Mark
does
only
he.
wants one race.
So
And then
does
when you
so
see
does
the
Mark.
What?
Mark can tolerate and enjoy
No,
people
Mark
too.
wants an all-white town, which I would be happy if he found one to go live in it.
So you think just because he
Want him
because
to
he
have all the
supports
resources
whites,
and don't touch
you
nothing
think
belong to
you
us?
think just because he supports whites that makes him different from you?
No, it's just
in his flaws
just-
that your
no, it's just
flaws
anger.
are better
No,
than
it's
his flaws?
just the anger in him. Savage beast, and the biggest murderer on this planet was who? What was his name?
I don't know.
He's in jail now.
Jail.
He didn't look like a black man.
There's somebody alive today who's the
think he's
worst.
in jail.
There's somebody alive today who's the worst ever.
Did he die?
Who are you talking about?
Dahmer. Did he die?
Yeah, he got killed.
Well, he got
He's
killed
not the worst.
Jeffrey Dahmer's.
He's the worst to you.
All the things that Jeffrey Dahmer did.
Yeah.
Don't even think that we want to be like that.
That's what every person does spiritually.
And your
They
red black,
R-word and ill-K
James,
each
you know
other.
who your red black people are? The
Huh?
ones that want to be like you. Those are
Yeah,
your red,
those. You see,
ones that wanna be like you.
R-word and ill-K those blacks who want to
I
be like
don't
me in
wanna
your
be like-
mind.
I don't want that disease.
You already have it. You
No,
were
I don't.
you were born and raised into it.
No, I might have been raised in it, but I don't want that disease.
You have it though.
So God made all of us, and y'all don't get the clue from a black person telling you y'all need to get it together because there's things He's taking away from you, and you don't see it, and you're mad. And you get mad with people that look like you too.
So
Don't
you don't
Every day,
get.
this
Do you get
river-
mad at people who look like you?
Excuse me?
Do you get mad at people who look like you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, right. Then how come you judge beautiful Rick?
I'm not judging Rick. I'm just telling you, Rick is the kind that's dangerous.
See,
You
you're
wanna be
judging
like
him. Rick
He'll
is
go
not dangerous.
He'll go and do the stuff that you did in history. But you don't want to talk about
Lord
your
have
history.
mercy.
You want to act like it didn't exist.
Rick is the nicest guy, and you're judging
You
him.
say so.
I do say
So,
so.
Okay? I said those are the dangerous ones that
Whom would you like? Would you like to honor anybody for Men's History Month? Do you want to think about it?
I don't. I don't honor nobody but God. And none of that is people that you're talking about. No, I don't.
Do you respect men?
Do I respect men? I have a husband, so evidently I do.
That's not evident. Lots of women who don't respect men have husbands, Mace.
I have brothers and I have nephews.
That
I
doesn't mean that you respect men. Lots of
Because you
do you accept it when all these men are like,
It's
"Oh, I
because you
respect women.
because you
Oh,
don't
I
respect
think
women.
about my sisters, my daughters."
Do you respect your
Phony.
mother?
Not necessarily.
Oh, really? Then so you don't respect women? I respect
Right.
men. That need
You're not
respect.
supposed to
That don't
respect
need
women.
Respect. No, I don't.
You're supposed to
Some men
respect
don't
women as like
No,
your
I have
your fellow man. I respect you as my fellow man, Maze.
Really?
You're my fellow
I'd be glad-
man, woman.
I'd be glad when AI come up with something to cure your disease and get away from Fox without
AI is not going to cure nothing
Yes, it will. Y'all believe
or
like,
anything.
you know
kids.
those people that had those band-aids on their ear at the convention?
No.
They were
Oh
all
yeah,
Fox.
for Trump because he got his
Yeah.
ear struck.
And I want to know the functions of government. Isn't he supposed to be signing laws and not making laws and threatening people and all of this crazy stuff?
Oh, I hope he threatens more people.
It's an embarrassment.
To
but
you,
y'all
maybe
don't-
not to me. I'm
You
happy.
look at it as an
I'm
honor.
proud, not embarrassed, of
No,
our
you
greatest
will.
president, Trump.
Yeah, good for you. I'm not going to be mad at you about that. That's your opinion and what you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't. So anyway, I'm still wondering what Caucasians need to tell black people. You gotta let
To
Jeremy and them
quit
have-
complaining and show up on time to work, or you're not allowed to work here because I don't trust you because you cause
mean?
trouble. Stuff
You
like
think
that.
all black people trust you all?
I don't care if they trust us or not. We
Well, then
don't. We shouldn't
we
be
care?
trusting them necessarily.
No. What have you built? What have you built? Nothing.
I haven't built anything.
That's what I'm saying. So you're always saying you did something, but you can't show nothing that you
I
did.
never said I did anything, or did I?
The real McCoy is still around. What other people built, and you just benefiting from it.
The real
Think about it
McCoy?
that way. If you're benefiting from somebody else's labor and hard work, you shouldn't say nothing.
No, I could say whatever I want. This is America. That's the point of building this stuff. Maze, you're being communist.
But you had a black mermaid.
You're acting just like Obama.
No, James. You had a black mermaid on TV, just a movie.
I thought she was kind of cute, but I didn't watch it.
How fits about that?
Huh?
What do you always have a fit about? Why they got a black show?
I did
Black
not
people.
have a big fit about
Oh, yes,
the
I do.
Black Mermaid. She wasn't that little. But the Little Mermaid was. Why are you guys trying to steal our stuff? Are you there?
You got problems. That's how I say the disease that you have. AI need to help you cure it. Y'all would do very well.
AI is not God,
You
Maze.
believe anything You believe anything that somebody tell you, and you run with it like in a penny. So you can show black people committing crimes, but you can't show the people who look like you committing crimes. And they do it every day. What's wrong with that problem? What's wrong with it?
There is no problem.
You ashamed?
No?
It sounds like it.
Well, you're trying to make me ashamed? Maybe you're the one who's shamed.
No, I'm not trying to make
You're
you ashamed.
projecting. It sounds like
We
you're
know it's
projecting
like-
your shame about black crime because you
no.
identify with being black.
I know black people that try to be like you all commit crimes, but those who don't want to be like you.
Okay.
They don't do stuff like that.
The white
Don't be
blacks are
funny.
not that much criminal compared to the
No,
black blacks.
God is not going to bless you, and I'm keep telling you. He's taking things away from you, and you're getting mad at the black people because of it.
Whatever, Maze.
And that's not our problem. I'm going to leave it to you as that. So you have a nice day, and it was nice talking to you.
Yeah, true.
And I hope AI do help you.
Well, I hope God helps us.
Maybe he helps him create
I think
something
he's
and AI
already
can help.
helping us.
How? In what way?
We're living, aren't we?
We're living.
Some of
Some
us
people
are
are
living.
and dead.
Yeah. It's a
Dead
mess,
souls.
huh?
And dead souls won't bring you nothing but misery. And then
Huh?
we listen to Mark every day, and that's what he is, a dead soul. And William. And Rick.
Cold,
And Big
harsh
Bump.
words, Maze.
And in Big Bump. I'm just telling you the truth.
Big bump, huh?
Stop trying to be like everybody else and be yourself, and you will be a happy person.
Okay.
'Cause I don't want to be a Caucasian, because if God would have made me one, that's what I would have been.
Right.
Oh, and let me tell you about the person that followed me in the store when I was visiting. I trip them out when I go in the store and the fools want to follow me. I went to 5 corners of the store. Everywhere I went, he was following me, and so I went to the last corner of the store and I turned around. I said, "Security, why are you following me?" He said, "I'm not following you." I said, "Oh, I just made you run all over this store, looking at me as if I was a thief." That's what's wrong with y'all. Psychic. Every black person is a thief just because you walk in the store. That's what I hear from you all
the
every
person
day.
didn't say that you were a thief. You said that you were a thief.
No. I didn't say I was a thief. I just called him and he didn't know
You
what to say.
accused the person of thinking you're a thief when you don't know what the person was thinking.
He was saying he was following me because he had never seen me before he had never seen me in the store before.
Yeah.
So why would you be following me? I said, I pay for anything in the store.
Because he didn't agree. He didn't see you before. He
That
doesn't
was
know
his
you.
Stupidity. That was his stupidity.
How is that stupid?
I could have been in the store shopping, and the ones over in the corner was the ones stealing them out. I said, you still
Could have
following me
been.
all over the store. I said, you see those people in that corner over there? Those are the ones that stealing you out of your business.
Or were they really
And they
stealing?
didn't look like me.
Were they really stealing, Maze?
Yes, they were.
They were stealing while
Yes, they were stealing, and they
the
did
guy
not
was
look like me.
following you. Other people were stealing.
I see. That's right. He was busy following me.
He was busy following you,
And I
but
was
was
busy
any
taking
but
him
was
up.
any
I was
stealing
busy-
was any stealing by anybody else in the store happening?
Yes, I see people still look like you all the time.
No, I'm talking about that incident.
In that incident, yes, it was.
So there were white people stealing in that store while the security guy was
yeah.
following you?
Y'all don't
And
steal
how do you know but the security guy doesn't know?
because he was busy following me
But how do you know?
with his radio.
But how do you know, Mace?
Because I saw them before he even came around where I was.
You saw them stealing?
hmm
Are you making it up?
No, I'm not making it up. I see them do it all the time.
How am I supposed to believe you, Mace?
I guess the next time I
And so why do you
I'll
care?
take a
So
picture
you
and send it.
so did you? Why? How come you didn't tell the guy since you were aware,
it's
but
not
the
my
security
business.
guy wasn't aware?
It's not my business. He was aware that I
But you
was
made
in
it
the
your
store.
business when you got
He was
offended
following
that he
me.
was following you, right?
I said, y'all don't steal.
Wait, you made it your business when he was following you. How come you eventually did tell him when it was got you? You followed
wasn't
me.
got you. I
You're
asked you a
basically aiding and abetting white
Asking
people
you a question,
stealing.
James. Do you all steal?
Not really. Not as
Oh,
much as
y'all don't
you.
commit crimes.
Not as much as y'all.
I ain't asked you as
But
much.
wait a minute, Maze. I don't like your attitude
Well, that's
because
nice.
you
And
have
who
a
are you-
nasty attitude about being followed in a
Who are
store.
you? And who are you to
And
tell
then
me what you don't like?
you're aware, according to you, of white people stealing elsewhere in the
I am.
store, and you're
Yes.
letting this unaware guy follow you when you know that you're not stealing. You could have told the guy, "Hey, I'm looking out for you.
I'm not looking-
Go catch those
That's his
thieves."
job to start looking at people that look like him. And
How
start
come you
looking-
waited until after they stole? Did they get away with stealing?
Evidently, they did.
Wow. Shame on you, Maze.
I asked you a question, James. Stop trying to get somewhere else. Do you all steal?
Not as much as you.
Well, how do you determine?
arrest rates and people's common experience. Black people steal way more. Are you pretending that black people don't steal as much as
No, because
as whites?
you look at those people that...
Are you pretending that white people steal just as much as blacks?
They sure do.
No, they don't. Maze, that's not true.
You're mad. What I'm saying...
In the reality.
But those people that Trump pardoned, did they steal anything to go to jail, or they just went to jail?
They just went to jail. They didn't do anything wrong.
You can't admit it.
Oh, I mean, there were some people who might have stolen some stuff.
Like I say, I'll be glad when AI come and help you out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Maze.
Because when you open your
eyes,
America is going to be what?
You're so bitter.
I'm not bitter.
You hate white people.
I don't hate white people.
Yeah, You're like all bitter about having to move off the sidewalk.
I'm just
remember you were telling your kids they don't have to move off the sidewalk anymore?
They don't.
I know they don't, but why did you have to bring it up? Nobody knows about moving off the sidewalk except for you.
Really?
Yeah.
No, nobody knows about sundown towns but me either, do they?
Right.
And they still around.
And why are you traumatizing your kids with that mess?
My kids are not traumatized.
Yeah, right.
And they're not kids; they're grown-ups.
Right.
And they deal with everybody. They don't choose and pick.
So your kids are just like you.
No, my kids speak 7 different languages.
Wow, impressive.
And that's how
are they
deal
part
with
white? I think you have some
not.
part white in your family, right?
That's just how you messed up. We can't speak languages.
What did you think about the Cincinnati attacks on those whites?
What do I think about it?
Yeah, you see it?
Nothing.
Did you see it though?
I think the same way you think about the one that happened on January 6th. Only thing, we're not trying to overthrow the government.
Oh, so like it's a mild thing on January 6th where there's some whites mutual combat moshing with the police, which I disavow. And then you think that it's the same thing as what the blacks did to those whites?
But I asked you the thing when
That's
I told
not
you
the
about
same
Oklahoma.
thing.
What do you think about what happened there?
What do I think about January 6th?
When a man stabbed 11 people and the black man happened to have a gun in Walmart, and he held the gun on him until the police came.
Nice, right on.
So things like that.
White history.
Y'all don't white history. How's the white history?
Because a black man using a white invention and in a white country
That's all you invented was weapons.
Getting along with the whites.
War.
That's how white on the inside is that man. I love it.
The man was not white on the inside. You had plenty of white people.
No, but if he loves the whites and he's helping the whites and he's living in a white civilization and being civilized, that is white history.
Guess what they had to do? Make sure that when the black cops came in, that they weren't going to shoot the man because he had the gun on the other one.
Yeah, that's important.
He was robbing the store.
Yeah,
that's how y'all think.
Yeah, friendly fire is very common, and it's unfortunate,
And
but
it's very common when it comes to you all with a weapon. And
oh, yeah,
love
right.
war.
You're pretending that black and Hispanic cops don't errantly shoot unarmed unarmed people.
And you love stealing.
Yeah, look in the mirror, Maze.
Because you gave America away.
I gotta
and
go.
It's not our problem and our fault.
You have a good
gave
day.
America away.
It's been 20 minutes.
So
I find you captivating, Maze.
And I know how to share. So get upset, man, and turn red or whatever you want to, March. You just told us that you belong to the Klan. You got a number, and that's why.
But you're part of the Black Klan, so what's the difference?
That's why he was upset because a black man infiltrated the Klan, and he's so smart. Now, how dumb can that be? So we don't want to be like you. We don't want to do the things y'all did, the future or the past.
I gotta go, Maze.
Some people don't like to talk about the past, but you talked about the past for that boring 30 days, and I told you only 3 people gave you some history.
I don't know how many it was. I didn't keep track. It sounds like you paid more attention to white history than I did.
And what the one in Canada gave
you remind me, Maze. Maze, I gotta go, but you remind me. No. But last quick point. You remind me of Rosie O'Donnell.
Well, whatever. I remember.
You boycotted, like Rosie O'Donnell is boycotting and running from America. She can't stop paying attention to our greatest president, Trump. Maze, be quiet and listen.
You're not paying attention to him.
Maze,
But what I'm saying, you're paying too much close attention to President Trump.
Maze, can you be quiet for a moment?
What's happening to you?
Maze,
what?
Why are you talking when I'm talking? It's so rude.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now, what did you say?
Okay, so you remind me of Rosie O'Donnell. She couldn't stop paying attention to our greatest president, Trump, even though she left the country. She left the country in protest of Trump leaving or something, I think, I gather. I don't know, I assume. And then you refused to call in for White History Month, but you sure did pay attention to White History Month, just like Rosie O'Donnell is paying attention to everything Trump is doing.
No, I was trying to see what
Rosie knows more about Trump than I do, and I love Trump. And you know more about White History Month, what
Yes, you
happened,
do.
than I do, and I love
Thank
White
you.
History Month.
That's right. You love it, but you don't know nothing about it.
I don't have to.
And I'm starting to see what I was going to learn, and I didn't learn
This is
nothing. All you
America.
talk
I
about
can
black
know or
people.
not know what I want.
Most of every day was about black people. That was not about white
Because black people are part of white history.
You're fascinated with them, and you got a jealousy.
Because you're
That's
so
the problem.
entertaining.
That is your problem. Jealousy and envy.
Okay, well, back at
Admit it. You admit it, and Mark do too.
you.
And the fact, and the
I gotta
sadness-
go, Maze.
Like I said, if God came back and put everybody
I
where
have
they came
10
from,
minutes to get out
what
of
would
here.
they be? All right.
All
Have
right.
a good one.
You too. Beautiful Maze. Just like Rosie O'Donnell, isn't that so fascinating? Daniel in Texas is on the line over here. Daniel, thank you for calling and holding, man. Happy Men's History Month.
Thank you, James. Happy Men's History Month.
Thank
I'll
you.
be quick because you probably got other people on the line. I just want to say hi.
Cool, man. Hey.
For Men's History Month, I'm going to submit Grant.
Grant. Ulysses
Yeah.
S. Grant, that is.
That's the one.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Grant, poor Grant. He doesn't get the recognition he deserves.
Yeah, that's true.
You know.
I mean,
he
is mentioned, but he's not honored the way that Lee is. So
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So, for every portrait of Grant, there's 10 portraits of Lee that are commissioned.
You're right.
Poor Grant.
So he
Just
gets
can't catch a break.
So he gets a pity prize for Men's History Month.
Yeah. Everybody, go to Grant's pity party every once in a while and just, tell him happy birthday.
I will, man. I hope and pray that they are smiling from heaven as we honor Lee and Grant are like standing side by side alongside Jesus and God, smiling from heaven that Daniel and Hake are giving a participation trophy to Ulysses S. Grant for Men's History.
I mean, Lee shook his hand, guys. Come
Yeah.
on.
Right. If Lee can shake his hand and be united, why can't we?
Right. All right. So that's it. I'll let you get to your next call.
I appreciate it, man. Take care.
Okay.
Bye. CALI in California is on the line over here. CALI, is this? Hey, how you doing?
Hi, Hake.
Hey.
Thanks for taking my call.
Of course.
That woman is so annoying. You're such an
I know.
evil to be able to tolerate her.
Well, I'm hooked.
So funny.
She hooks me and strings me along. I'm her puppet. It's
You
terrible.
said she reminds you of Rosie O'Donnell, but she reminds me of the dementia and Alzheimer's patients trying to go home. They're like, "Where's my baby?
Wow.
Where's my baby? I need to go home to my baby."
Is this Latin A?
And I don't know who Latin A is.
Okay, never
But
mind.
anyways, I
Go
wanted
ahead.
to tell you about the movie Old Henry.
Old Henry?
Have you ever seen? Yeah, it's a 2021 movie. Have you seen it or heard of it?
2021, Old Henry, the legend, true legends never die. No, I haven't seen
Can
it.
I read to you the quick rundown? It's like a little plot twist.
Sure,
whatever
long as
about
it's
it.
clean. Go ahead.
A quiet man and his son.
Come close to your. If
stranger
it sounds like you're on
who is
speakerphone, try to
wounded.
come close to it. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, sorry. A quiet man and his son take in a wounded stranger from his homestead along with a bag full of cash. The stranger claims he is a sheriff pursued by outlaws, but the man can't be sure. So cute. The movie is so awesome, so American. You really got to watch it, Hake. And
Okay.
I recommend everybody does. Also,
And
I
so
wanted
the
to
point
say-
is like he might be. Wait, they don't know who he really is, but they're helping him.
the stranger.
And he
yeah,
might
the
he might
stranger, they
stab them in the back. He might be the outlaw,
don't-
but we
well,
don't know.
they're not sure if he's an outlaw. He claims that outlaws are after him.
Okay, interesting. Okay, well, thank you for the tip.
Yeah.
That's
And
a men's
one more
history
thing.
contribution.
I'm sorry?
That's a men's history contribution.
No.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I was going
Sorry.
to say that the kooky lady that was talking earlier,
Yeah.
she was saying something about Native Americans and like everybody who's born in America is American, even
Right.
Canadians. Duh.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I'm a Native American because I was born in Native America.
It's hard
you know?
because I like to call them American Indians when they're referring to like the Shawnee, the Kiowa, the Cherokee, the Wichita, all these different Indian tribes, the Sioux, all of them. I like to call them American
Right.
Indians because then we know what they're talking about. When you say Native Americans, it sounds so politically correct. But we're Native Americans. We're born here.
Yes, we're all Native Americans that were born in North America.
Yep.
Amen. And I have one more quote I wanted to share with you from Shakespeare, and it's regarding the lady, the kooky lady. I think her name was Maze.
Beautiful Maze.
So can I read it to you really quick?
Yeah.
Okay. It says, in the quote, "The lady doth protest too much, methinks," from Shakespeare's Hamlet, means that someone's excessive denials or protestations of something suggests that they are not telling the truth or are hiding something. It implies that the person's strong reaction to a statement or situation actually works against them, making their claims of innocence or lack of involvement less believable. And so basically, it makes them seem guilty or unfaithful. It suggests that the hominess of their protestation is a way of overcoming for a hidden guilt or truth.
I appreciate
because
that
you
quote.
protest too much.
Nice. Thank
Remember
you, CALI. Is it CALI, CALI?
Okay. Just CALI. Yeah.
Okay.
Please remember the woman doth protest too much.
Yeah.
To when Maze is, protesting, that just means she's really just, telling on herself.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Happy Men's History Month. Take care. Nice. Quick super chat over on pill.net. Neo, Neyyo. Pardon me if I'm butchering your name. Gifted the shades. Much love. Thanks for your work and being awesome. That's kind. And we're approaching the end of this show here. Let me get to John in Kentucky. Kentucky John, happy Men's History Month, sir. Are you there?
Hey, really quick, I have some information for Rick. He calls in and he talks about who people are biblically and everything like that.
Oh, yeah, Japheth. We're Japhethites. Happy belated White History Month.
Esau, yeah. He says that black people are Ham because of a dark skin.
Uh-huh.
But I just want to let him know, man, we're not the same people as Ham. We're not the Africans. And a source would be the Zandervan Bible Dictionary. If he looks that up, it'll say that the progenitor of the dark races are Ethiopians, Cushites, what's one more black? The Egyptians, but not the Negro. It specifies in the book that it's not the Negro. So if he wants to look that up in the Zandervan Bible Dictionary, he'll learn a lot more about who people are and who the different races are in the Bible.
All right.
So, and then that last caller that called Maze annoying.
Yes.
Did you not hear her voice and that little laugh? It sounded like Kamala Harris's laugh.
Terrible.
She sounded annoying. So, yeah, I just want to throw that in there. Take up for my people.
Constructive criticism for CALI, out of CALI. Yeah. Thank you, John.
Yeah, that's what I had. Yeah.
Appreciate you, man. It's good to hear from you.
All right.
Take care. Wow. And Rick in Hampton, VA. Rick, we just have like a minute. Go ahead.
Man, what's up there, brother James? What's happening with you?
Just hanging out, trying to wrap up the show. It's good to hear from you, man.
Yeah, good. Thank you for taking my call there, brother James, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna be real. I know I got a minute left. I know John was saying that. I have looked at that. They got black and Negro. What is the difference between black and Negro?
I think that the black Hebrew Israelites.
I know what he's quoting. I have looked at that before, and it says like it was trying to say Shem was black, and the Negro is dark people. I mean, what's the difference? And I've been trying to look that up, and I ain't found it.
Because I think they say that they're different from normal Africans. There's Africans and then there's Israelites. So they distinguish themselves. Rick, interesting question, though. I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm like saying, how they know the Israelites were black? I believe there was all shades of colors of Israelites.
Happy Men's History Month, Rick. I got to run.
Happy Oh, thanks. Oh, you know what? Get a chance, James. Think about what's going on in Texas with the drawing of the districts, man.
We'll have to find out, man. Take care.
Take care. Okay, love y'all. Be blessed. Thanks, James.
You as well. Thank you, guys. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. Bye.